Hello and welcome to the Long Island weather update. It's a little after 9:30 on a beautiful December 20th. Finally, a nice clear day, and I finally got back to Rocky Point. I do have a video for you a little bit later. I got to the northwest section there with the sand hills and all these beautiful pines and a nice blue sky for most of the day today. A really beautiful day today. Really just absolutely spectacular. Uh, and you can see those some clouds coming in. This is associated with a secondary cold front, though I do notice some higher clouds off to the west. Though it looks like we will still be able to manage, I think, another mostly sunny, clear day tomorrow. Looking at the weather map, you can see there's that secondary cold front there. And going over our climate statistics for the day, you'll see we had reached 44 at Islip. Normal high is 43, so it's 1 degree above normal. The low of 30 is 1 degree above normal, so that gives us a mean of 37, which is 1 degree above normal. Still above normal today, just a little bit, but fairly close to average. Central Park got up to 46, so their high was 3 degrees above normal, but the low of 30 was 3 degrees below normal, so they washed out to about normal today. And we'll go ahead and look at so pretty much close to normal, average seasonal weather today. As I said, seasonal highs today. So let's go look at our highs and lows across the area in our current conditions right now. No radiational cooling. We got the breeze, 37 degrees with a north-northwest breeze. That front hasn't come through yet, but it will by tomorrow. By tomorrow it will. So you can see throughout most of the day today, Islip, we were in the mid-40s there, 45. So mid-40s seasonal weather for Islip. And let's go look at our highs and lows across the area. We'll first start with the lows. And lows, no radiational cooling. Lows around 30 degrees pretty much everywhere, though we do see maybe a little bit of radiational cooling there in New Jersey. You'll notice that we still have, unfortunately, flood warnings around these rivers. They're still a problem. High temperatures today, mid-40s across Long Island and mid to maybe even some upper 40s there in New Jersey, but fairly uniform temperatures, highs generally around 45 degrees for the day. Yeah, unfortunately, we still have these flood warnings in effect, and they're going to go to early tomorrow afternoon for flooding along these rivers still, as we're still dealing with flooding. If we go to the rivers and lakes here, you'll see here that we still have purple on a lot of these rivers here around the Passaic, especially. Still major flooding in Paterson, Wayne. Really a bad situation. Little Falls, that whole area along the Passaic River. You can see Passaic is in major flood stage right now. You look at the other rivers like the Toms River again. It didn't go that high at all because again they didn't get as much rain over there, and the soil of the Pine Barrens does a better job of, kind of soaking in the extra rainfall. Housatonic River also got to moderate flood stage, and we still have a river in Connecticut that's at moderate flood stage as well. Briefly, we're going to go over the power outages and see how they're doing. Recovering in Maine, still a very slow recovery. Still 145,565. There's a lot of people are going to probably spend at least a week without power in Maine still as a result of this crazy atmospheric river storm, driven by, of course, the climate crisis. So let's go look at our models here, and you'll see we're just going to go over the next couple of days here now from tomorrow and Friday, I think, and then we'll talk more about the weekend on Friday night, I think. But you'll see high pressure stays in control. You'll notice high pressure kind of sits right over us there, sits over the New England there, so it's going to give us a north and eventually an easterly flow, northeast to easterly flow as we get toward Friday. Let's go look at the HRRR model. And the 0 is the HRRR, and we will go ahead and look at our dew points and wind flow. So here you go. Here are your dew points and wind flow. You'll see that northerly wind there tomorrow, and that northerly wind actually brings in somewhat colder air. You can see the lower dew points there starting to come in from the north and the east. But the heart of this air mass is going to stay over New England. I notice the HRRR is really pulling back now on this. Originally, it was supposed to come a little further down, but you can see the heart of this colder air is pretty much going to stay in New England. So you'll see here we have the northeasterly winds tomorrow night. Friday, we get more of an easterly flow. And then eventually you see that wind going southerly. That's going to bring in warmer air for the weekend. And again, we'll talk about that weekend more on Friday night, I think. So let's look at the temperatures on the HRRR. So tonight, probably not going to get that much radiational cooling. Lows probably around 30 degrees. And then tomorrow, we'll probably still make it to 40 degrees, probably. A little bit cooler than today. It'll probably low 40s. And then for tomorrow night, that's when the temperatures will drop into the 20s. And then Friday, you're going to be colder. Friday, you're going to have upper 30s probably for highs. It'll be a little colder on Friday as we get a little bit. You can see the heart of the cold air is going to stay over New England, in northern New England there. So let's look at, I'm going to look at some soundings here. We'll take a look at our noon, or we'll take a look at a 15Z sounding first of all. And you can see a little bit of mid-level moisture showing up here around 15Z, a little bit. So we may have to watch for some cloud cover. It's more pronounced over New Jersey. This is 15Z, but I think it improves by the afternoon. So if we go towards 17Z, let's look over Long Island here. Still seeing that. So we're going to have to watch for that because we may have some surprise cloudiness tomorrow, perhaps, because I do see that bowing there like that. So we'll go to the GFS is not going to show it, probably. We'll go to the GFS. Oh, the GFS shows it too, yeah. Mid-level moisture. So not so much high level, but mid-level. We're going to have to watch for some altocumulus development tomorrow. Perhaps there may be some, especially more likely over New Jersey. And then as we get into Friday, you'll see we'll have more of that cirrus come in. So we'll go here, and you'll see this is the GFS again. Pretty much in agreement with the HRRR that the Friday is going to be the colder day. And, yeah, Friday we're going to have a lot of high and mid-level clouds around, I think. So maybe we can eke out one more sunny day tomorrow, but at least we had a nice one today. So let's go look at the temperatures, actually the dew point here. And this is, now, see, this is interesting. GFS has brings in the drier air much more. So we have a bit of a disagreement. Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow, I guess. We'll have a better idea. Anyway, let's go to the skies on the GFS. And you'll see here are the skies on the GFS. And you can see there's some of that cloudiness. It's more likely over New Jersey, but we may get some of it here too as well. This is 18Z. That's 12Z, so you'll see some of that. And you can see it on the satellite as well. Let's go to the RGEM, which is our next model. And you don't see it as much on the RGEM. But I'm just going to caution, because I remember what happened the last time we went to Rocky Point and it clouded up, and we had that mid-level cloud deck. I think it was last Thursday. And we're going to have to watch for that, all right? I'm glad I went today, all right? And then Friday, we're definitely going to have more of the cirrus around, you could see there coming in. But still decent weather, fair weather. Just may not be as nice of a sky as we had today, but I'm glad I got out there and enjoyed some of that nice blue sky. It's been a rarity with the pattern we've been in. So I think that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.